Hello, truth seekers, and welcome back to another episode of Life, Liberty, and Hines. With me, Brian Hines, your host. Recorded here at GCD Network and in a couple different places out in social media, YouTube, and Getter, and out there in a couple different spots, little clips of this here show. But thanks to GCD Network, I'm here to spread some information. I don't have an investigative crew, so I can't say it's all true. But most of who I'm getting information from, which you can easily see, because most of what I'm talking about here is on my Truth Social and or Getter accounts. Because my Facebook account was just suspended here recently. But anyway, most of what I talk about is listed on one of my two accounts. And anyway, today is the 23rd of January, 2025. This is episode 101 of a place for useful information, I'd say. Now, like I said, I don't have an investigative crew out there to prove it all true, but pretty good resources I get it from. And you'll see that if you look at my profile on True Social and or Getter. We made it to Inauguration Day. How about that? I mean, so much stuff is happening every day that it's like you almost forgot it was Inauguration Day 4 days ago. But it was. And of course, we are reaping rewards already on that same day. But J6ers, they are reaping some rewards. There's an ongoing battle, of course, because that opens up a can of worms by pardoning the January 6ers. Because they didn't do anything wrong. Period. Paragraph. They were on public property, and they weren't doing anything wrong. So they should have been pardoned. They should have never went to jail. There should have never been an investigation. The government should not have wasted all those millions of dollars, probably tens of millions of dollars, maybe hundreds of millions of dollars, attempting to find, prosecute all of these people. I see numbers. I believe it was a couple thousand people. But anyway, our tax dollars were used to hunt down unarmed Americans that were expressing their First Amendment rights on January 6th. That's where we were at only 4 years ago. And now they're pardoned. And whatever's left of the Democrats, liberals, elite, Satanists, whatever you want to call them, whatever's left of them, fake news, pundits, whatever's left of them, they are having a conniption. Yeah. But it's fun to watch. They're all digging their own holes. It's like they say we're watching a movie, and you don't know which ones are real, which ones are fake anymore. Some of them you do, for multiple reasons, but because even the fake ones, still have to play the part of being an evil Democrat. That could mean an evil fake news pundit, talking head. But anyway, Inauguration Day. It was a wonderful day. Happy Inauguration Day, belated. By the way, I got to get on because I have some important stuff to talk about. And you know what? That thing from 2 weeks ago, it might have been 3 weeks ago. No, there it is. Before we get too far from it, I'm going to cover it quick. I got it from Getter. So, Trump's FCC chair has already notified Disney and ABC that the fake news, and I put comment next to that. And CNN's worried too. But this unconstitutional thing that Hussein Obama did back in the day and allowed what used to be the media to become fake news legally. They could just straight up lie to us. That's done. So all these people that are still sleeping out there, they're going to be waking up pretty soon because the people they're listening to, watching ABC, NBC, CNN, BBC, PBS, MSNBC, and of course many others. I mean, you got local newspapers. I don't know what your local newspaper is, but here we got Pocono Record, Eastern Express. They're all fake news. Of course, other newspapers, but right here, FCC chair. It says his name there in the article on Getter, but he notified Disney and ABC. So you know what? I'm pretty sure he notified some others by now. That's all good news. And that was 1, 2, 3. That's 4 weeks ago. So there's probably people fired already, and there's just so many other things going on there. We don't know. Maybe you do know because you've seen it and I didn't. Because there's so much stuff going on out there. Because President Trump was just inaugurated for the second time 4 days ago. Beautiful. Got to move on. You know, I've been listening to this, a couple different artists. They're on Spotify, YouTube, you know, stuff like that. You ain't going to hear them on your radio station. You're not even going to hear them on like that XM stuff. Because that's just as bad as the local radio station. Your local radio station, of course, plays tidbits of news in it, which is all run by the fake news outlets, which the FCC chair is going to get on real soon. But for now, they're still lying to you. So, the music that I listen to. Tom McDonald and Roseanne Barr. They just come out with a new song. Yeah, Roseanne Barr. She's now singing. Oh yeah, she was a singer back in the day too. She sang at the Super Bowl. Yeah. So she's been a singer for quite a while actually. But anyway, she's rapping now. Totally different kind of song. But Daddy's Home. I don't know if they named it that particular name to squash an old algorithm. I believe it's called an algorithm. A search engine. That's what it is. A search engine. It'll change the search engine. Because Daddy's Home movie. I don't know. That's one of their Hollywood movies, so gotta be questioned about that. But this new song, Daddy's Home, has Trump being back in the White House. Yep. And I seen the other day when I looked at it, it was 2 days and it had 2.8 million views just on YouTube. And it's in other places. But I updated it because yesterday when I looked at it, which is 5 days, there were 4.3 million views. I got two of them, but it doesn't matter. um, Things that are said. See, Eminem. Tom McDonald, he actually trashes Eminem in quite a few of his songs, which is pretty funny. And there's a reason for all of this. Tom McDonald, every one of his songs have meaning. Of course, on the surface, but some of the stuff he says is just a little more than what others are saying. I believe I couldn't find it because I got some stuff written down here, but something about eating baby, I believe, is in one of his songs. Don't quote me on that, but I'm gonna find it. It was in somebody's song that I listened to. So, but for somebody to be saying stuff like this and not be attacked, it's sort of strange. But also, the attackers have been getting quieter and quieter for like the last 7 years for some reason. Which there's got to be a reason. But we got to get back to this. In Daddy's home with Trump being back in the White House, he says you got lipstick on your beard, and that has to do with all the um, transgender, whatever weirdo crap going on out there. He points at those people quite a bit in his songs, and Roseanne said, "Screw Eminem on Roseanne," because of course you got to bash Eminem in your rap song, which is another strange thing. They're calling it country rap. Well, the topics that I hear in these songs, I've talked about many here on Life, Liberty, and Hines, whether it's Adam Calhoun or Tom McDonald or Upchurch, or there's a lot of them out there. But whatever one it is, it's lost the train of thought. So I got to get back to this. Another one of his songs is God Mode. And the thing said in there is they say all of my political music all sound the same. And go on, no response is another one of the songs. And he says, I'll buy the place that you stay, then raise the rent until the space in your parents' basement is vacant. Now that's very funny because, I mean, we know the trolls, bots out there, a lot of basement dwellers that are somehow making a living. Well, I mean, they don't have many bills because they're living in a basement of their moms or dads or whatever. So it's like the poster child picture or whatever. But anyway, these people that are doing that, which you can see those people like in a grocery store. You go to a grocery store like Saturday or Sunday morning and just hang out for a little bit. And some of the people you see coming there is like, some 30-year-old dude in his pajamas with like his 6-year-old mom, 60-year-old mom. It's like, that's what trolls look like. Oh, and you know, definitely. Oh, did this again. I'll buy that place that you stay, then raise the rent until the space in your parents' basement is vacant. Country rap. That's not really a topic that's in country songs. Tom McDonald, he also, his progression into politics through his music. Like he was just trying to get attention at the beginning, being a little mouthy and stuff. And he moved directly into politics and started saying some crazy stuff. Like right here, the basement thing. You know, not a lot of people saying that, and definitely not a lot of people singing it. So, another one of his songs, "You Missed," this came out the day after. I mentioned it here. And it said one of the lines is, "Told us trust the science, but it never made sense to me." I've mentioned that too. I've always been questioning everything, my whole life. Question everything. And now they're telling you to question everything. Good thing. But told us trust science, but it never made sense to me. Tom McDonald says a lot of stuff in his songs. Almost like he's part of the Trump team or something. And nobody's bothering him for some of the stuff he says. I'm saying the mild stuff. I'll find some more of his stuff. But our white hats, just the people going out and doing the arrests and hauling them to Gitmo? Or are white hats also, say, musicians? Let's move on a little bit. Don't Look Down. It sounds like a conceited kind of a song, but it's not. You know what Don't Look Down is? It's telling all the listeners, don't look back. We're moving forward here. Don't look back. There's no reason to. He says down because he's a musician. He's actually going upward while going forward. But everybody's going forward. And you know what? There's a lot of bad crap back there. We're only moving in one direction. So why would you want to turn around and go back there? We're moving forward. Very good advice from Don't Look Down. Couple songs here. Facts. Very good song with some good facts in it. Me Versus You. Race War. Fake Woke. All very good songs. All with truthful stories throughout them. Facts. Facts is the name of one of the songs, but there's facts in every one of these songs. Fake Woke. There's one of the lines is, there's rappers pushing Xanax at the top of the billboard. Calling them out right in your allegedly country rap songs. Back to that country rap. I don't know anybody that listens to country that's going to listen to this particular kind of music because somebody called it country rap. It's very good music. I mean, a lot of people don't like rap, but this isn't about the music now. It's about the words. It's about the lyrics. It's about the story. Another one of his songs, No Lives Matter. It's a very good song. Because the government, the elite, the liberals, the leftists, the oligarchs, that's what they think. No lives matter. That's why they're always trying to cause division between all of the lives. Anyway, Tom McDonald. It's a heck of a way to let the truth out. Make a whole new genre of music. But I think there's a lot of listeners because there in the summertime, when the motorcycle people are out, you actually hear this kind of music from I'd say about half of those motorcycle riders. The not mainstream music. Because We all need to leave Main Street. It's all bad. Which hopefully, like Jelly Roll, he was one of these particulars. And then he ended up going to CMT because they were calling it country rap. Whatever. But is Jelly Roll infiltrating CMT? And they think they're doing just the opposite? Let's hope so. We gotta move on. Found this on Getter. Trump administration ended government DEI hire programs. It's now going to be merit-based. I remember back in 2016, Trump saying that an awful lot. Yeah. And then 4 years came. Well, it was more like 3. We kind of got screwed over on the last year because of it wasn't fake, a made disease. Yeah, China virus, COVID-19. Yeah, that kind of screwed up the last year of Trump's presidency. If that didn't happen, would 2020 stolen election have happened? Probably not. Will we ever know? Who knows? We're still working on letting everybody know that 2020 stolen election happened. There's still sleepers out there. But anyway, a lot of them. But Trump administration ended government DI hire programs. That's great because they've been destroying everything. We got weirdos in charge of mental health. We got fat people in charge of food. And what was the other one? There was another one. Oh, well. None of them were good. Everything's not going to shit. It already went there. We're beyond that. Right now, if this Trump administration turns out and does what it said it's supposed to do, which I mean, it's all common sense related. Shrink the government. Go back to constitutional law, common sense, you know? It's not that hard. Everybody knows right from wrong. Like, when you wake up, you're like, yep, it's wrong to go steal something from the store. Had to get very generalized there. I mean, it's free speech, but they like to do stupid shit to people that are conservative. Blame you for shit that you didn't say. Remember Trump's first 4 years? 5 because of the year of the election, but they're nuts. So anyway, everybody knows right from wrong. So if you intend to go out to do wrong, you should intend to receive consequences. It's just that's common sense. So we get rid of all these DEI hires, less government. Few that are left are common sense thinkers, constitutionalists, even the judges. I mean, we need to shrink all of the government. I mean, you don't need this much of anything. If everybody's going along and dealing with the neighbors, minding their own business, sort of, I mean, of course, mingling, but constitutional law. It'll be a wonderful thing. Supposedly it's 2035, everything will be legit. Anyway, no more DEI merit based. That's what it's supposed to be. You're going to hire somebody that knows nothing about whatever the job is? No. You're going to hire somebody that knows what they're doing. Because training costs money. And when the person you hired is DEI and they have no common sense anyway, you can't even train them. They're going to have to do something simple like sweep floors in our new manufacturing industry that America's going to build in the next couple of years. Yeah, sweep floors. It's all you're good for. But floors need to be swept. You know? Oh man, time's fine. From Getter, I got January 6th Injustice is going to reveal. Oh, this is good stuff. Check this out. The January 6th, wrongfully accused, evidence thrown out by the committee, and just all kinds of crazy stuff going on here. But corrupt judges, corrupt cops, corrupt DAs, corrupt lawyers. That's what happened. So now that they're pardoned, they're going to be able to sue. We're gonna investigate what really happened here, and it looks like one of the things that happened was not outside of prison, but it was inside of prison. So we're gonna end up getting an investigation on what goes on inside of prisons, which prisons are since I believe it was the crooked Clinton crime family. I believe they made private prisons, like legitimate, legal, whatever you want to call it. The justice system is part of the government, so they should have to deal with it, all of it, the justice part of it. And putting prison systems on the stock market isn't a good way to create fair justice. I mean, if your stock market isn't going up, then all you got to do is write more laws so you can put more people in jail. Stupid laws like window tint. I'm not saying somebody ever went to jail for window tint, but I'm not saying they did. There's some real stupid laws out there. So the January 6th injustice is going to be a little bit of reversal on the tides here. I can get one more. Also from Getter. I have a couple articles from True Social, but I don't think I'm getting to them. Right here. IRS Commissioner Danny Werfel is resigning with 3 years left in his term. Inauguration, Trump wins, and all of a sudden, there's a bunch of libtards resigning. I think I even called that. Like, there's going to be a lot of libtards resigning soon. Check this out. And here's one of I probably missed a couple of them because I ain't on the phone all day long, But I guarantee you there's some more people that are running with their tail between their legs. And by them doing it, I don't need IRS commissioner. Did anybody ever hear of Danny Werfel? I didn't. But I'll tell you what, by him being in the news for resigning early, it makes him look like he did something wrong. Which, he worked for the government. He probably did. Some good old unconstitutional stuff to us citizens. That's most likely what Danny is responsible for. Well, it's another half hour. It's another week. And I'm going to see you in about 7 days. Have a wonderful week. Trump is your president.